everyone. Welcome back to the English Learning Podcast. I'm your host, Jason, and with me, as always, is the amazing Julia.
Hello, everyone. I'm so excited to be here today. We have a really interesting topic for you, something that can completely change the way you speak English.
Absolutely. Today, we're going to talk about how to think fast and speak smart in English. Now, I know many of you sometimes feel stuck. You have the words in your head, but when you try to speak, it just disappears.
Oh, yes. I've been there too. It's like your brain suddenly says, wait, what do I say next? And you end up pausing or even freezing in the middle of a conversation.
Exactly. But here's the good news. Thinking fast and speaking smart is a skill you can learn. It's not about being perfect. It's about learning simple techniques to make your English flow naturally.
And the best part is, you can start right now, from today, with small daily exercises. By the end of this episode, you'll have some practical tips and strategies to speak English confidently, even when thinking on your feet.
That's right. So, if you've ever wanted to think fast in English and speak smartly without hesitation, this episode is just for you.
Let's dive in and discover how to train your brain to speak English naturally.
So, Julia, before we jump into techniques, let's talk about why thinking fast really matters in English.
Yes. I think this is something many learners don't realize. When you speak slowly or pause too much, your conversation can feel awkward even if you know the words.
Exactly. Imagine you're talking to a friend in English. If it takes too long to find the right words, the conversation can lose its natural flow. People might even finish your sentence for you.
And that can make you feel nervous or embarrassed. But if you can think faster, your speech becomes smoother, more confident, and easier for others to understand.
Plus, thinking fast helps you react in real situations. For example, if someone asks you a question at work or school, you can answer immediately instead of freezing or saying, I don't know.
Yes, and thinking fast doesn't mean you have to speak perfectly. It means you know how to use the words you already know quickly, and you can express your ideas clearly.
Exactly. It's like a shortcut in your brain. The faster you can connect your thoughts to your words, the smarter and more confident you'll sound in English.
And that's what we're going to teach you today, how to train your brain to think fast and speak smart, even if you're not a native speaker.
All right, Julia. Now that we know why thinking fast is important, let's talk about some common challenges learners face when speaking English.
Oh yes, there are quite a few. One big challenge is hesitation. Many learners pause too much because they're afraid of making mistakes.
Exactly. I see this all the time. People know the words in their head, but they freeze when it's time to speak.
Another challenge is limited vocabulary. Sometimes you know the idea you want to say, but the right word doesn't come to mind quickly.
And then there's overthinking grammar. Learners often focus too much on making a perfect sentence and forget to just communicate. That slows down their speaking.
Yes, and don't forget fear of judgment. Many people worry about what others will think if they make mistakes. That fear can stop you from speaking at all.
But here's the good news. All these challenges are normal. Every English learner faces them. The key is to practice smart techniques that help you speak confidently even with mistakes.
Exactly. And in the next section, we'll talk about how smart thinking can actually help you overcome these challenges and speak faster and smarter.
All right, Julia. Now that we've talked about common challenges, let's discuss how smart thinking can actually help you speak smart in English.
Yes. And when I say smart thinking, I don't mean being super clever or using difficult words. It's about using simple strategies to organize your thoughts quickly.
Exactly. For example, instead of trying to remember a perfect sentence, you can paraphrase your idea using words you already know. That way, you speak faster and more naturally.
Right. Or when someone asks a question, instead of thinking, "What's the perfect answer?" you can break it into smaller steps. First, understand the question, then pick one key word or idea, and finally say a simple sentence.
Another thing is connecting ideas logically. When your brain is trained to follow a simple thought pattern, like point to reason to example, you speak clearly without pausing too much.
Yes, and smart thinking also helps you recover quickly from mistakes. If you forget a word or make a small error, you can rephrase instead of stopping completely.
Exactly. So, speaking smart is really about thinking in a simple, structured way, not about being perfect. It makes your English sound confident, smooth, and natural.
And the good news is, you can train your brain to think smart with daily practice, exercises, and small techniques. By the end of today's episode, our listeners will know exactly how to do that.
All right, Julia. Now comes the exciting part: techniques to actually think faster in English. This is where practice meets action.
Yes, and the good news is, these are simple techniques you can start using today, even if you only have 15 to 20 minutes a day.
The first technique is daily conversation practice. Try to ask and answer simple questions in English every day, even if it's just talking to yourself in front of a mirror. It trains your brain to respond quickly.
Exactly. For example, you can ask yourself, "What did I do today?" and then answer in a few sentences. The more you do this, the faster your brain connects thoughts to words.
The second technique is word association. When you learn a new word, link it to a situation, a picture, or a feeling. This makes it much easier to recall during a conversation.
Yes. For example, if you learn the word delicious, imagine eating your favorite food and say, "This pizza is delicious." Your brain remembers it faster.
Another technique is visualization. Before speaking, picture the situation in your mind. For instance, imagine talking to a friend about your weekend. Think of the key points. First, this helps you speak faster without pausing.
And don't forget, practice short phrases instead of long sentences. Phrases like "I think," "in my opinion," or "that's interesting" because are like shortcuts that make speaking easier and faster.
Exactly. Combine these techniques and you'll notice a big difference. Your brain starts responding automatically, and you can speak English more confidently and naturally.
Yes. And the best part is, you can start small, just 10 to 15 minutes a day, and your speaking will improve step by step.
All right, Julia. One thing many learners worry about is grammar. They think they need to speak perfectly to sound smart in English.
Yes, but here's the truth: you don't need perfect grammar to speak smart. Clarity and confidence matter much more than perfection.
Exactly. For example, instead of saying, "I have been to the market yesterday," you can simply say, "I went to the market yesterday." Simple, clear, and easy to understand.
Another trick is to use small, smart phrases that work in many situations. Phrases like "I think," "in my opinion," or "it depends on" make you sound confident and fluent.
And if you forget a word, don't panic. You can rephrase your sentence. For example, instead of saying, "I cooked zucchini," you could say, "I cooked a green vegetable." See? Still smart and clear.
Yes! Speaking smart is about communicating your ideas clearly, not about perfect grammar. The more you practice, the faster you'll be able to use these strategies naturally.
Exactly. And that's why thinking fast and speaking smart go hand in hand. You focus on expressing your ideas, not worrying about small mistakes. Julia, another big challenge many learners face is fear. Fear of making mistakes, fear of being judged, or fear of speaking too slowly.
Yes, I've seen so many learners hesitate because they think, what if I say something wrong? But the truth is, mistakes are completely normal.
Exactly. Every learner makes mistakes, even native speakers sometimes. The key is not letting fear stop you from speaking at all.
One way to overcome fear is to start small. Speak in front of a mirror, record your voice, or talk to a friend. Little by little, your confidence grows.
Another tip is positive self-talk. Instead of thinking, I'll say it wrong, tell yourself, I can say this clearly. And it's okay to make mistakes. Your brain starts believing it, and your speech becomes smoother.
And remember, confidence doesn't mean being perfect. It means being willing to speak, learn, and improve. The more you practice, the braver you become.
Absolutely. Overcoming fear is just like exercising a muscle. The more you use it, the stronger it gets, and the faster and smarter you'll speak English. Julia, now that we've talked about fear and confidence, let's share some daily practices that really help learners think fast and speak smart in English.
Yes, and the best part is, these practices don't take long. Even 10 to 20 minutes a day can make a big difference.
The first practice is speaking every day. It can be to yourself, with a friend, or even recording your voice. The goal is to train your brain to respond quickly in English.
Another great practice is listening and summarizing. Watch a short English video or listen to a podcast, then try to summarize what you heard in your own words. This improves both thinking speed and speaking ability.
Yes, and don't forget vocabulary practice with context. Instead of memorizing long lists, learn words by using them in sentences or conversations. That makes recalling them much faster.
And a small but powerful tip, think in English instead of translating from your native language. The more you do this, the faster your brain starts forming sentences naturally.
Exactly. Combine these daily habits, and over time, speaking English will feel easier, smoother, and much more natural.
Remember, consistency is key. Even a few minutes every day can train your brain to think fast and speak smart.
All right, Julia, let's show our listeners a quick mini conversation exercise so they can see how thinking fast and speaking smart works in real life.
Yes, let's imagine a simple situation: meeting a friend at a cafe. I'll ask the first question and you answer quickly.
Hey, Julia, how was your weekend?
It was great. I went to the park and read a book. It was really relaxing.
That's perfect. See how you didn't worry about using fancy words or perfect grammar? You just spoke clearly.
Exactly. Now let's switch. Jason, how do you respond if I ask, "What did you eat for breakfast?"
Oh, that's easy. I'd say, I had eggs and toast. It was really tasty. Short, clear, and smart.
Yes. The key here is to think about one or two ideas and speak confidently, instead of trying to make a perfect sentence.
And listeners, you can practice this with a friend or even by yourself at home. Just ask a question, answer quickly, and keep the conversation moving. Julia, before we finish, let's give our listeners some motivation. Learning to think fast and speak smart in English can feel challenging at first.
Yes, but remember, every small step counts. Every sentence you speak, every word you use is practice for your brain.
Exactly. Don't be afraid of mistakes. Each mistake is actually a learning opportunity that helps you improve faster.
And consistency is key. Even 10 to 15 minutes of practice a day can make a huge difference over time. Keep going, and you'll notice your English becoming smoother and more natural.
So, believe in yourself, speak confidently, and remember, thinking fast and speaking smart is a skill you can develop, just like any other skill. All right, everyone, let's quickly review what we learned today. Think fast, speak smart, practice daily, and don't worry about mistakes. That's the key to confident English.
Exactly. Start small, use the techniques we shared, and your speaking will become smoother and more natural over time.
If you enjoyed this episode, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to our channel. And comment below. We'd love to hear about your favorite technique to speak smart in English.
Yes, keep practicing, stay motivated, and remember, you can think fast and speak smart in English. See you in the next episode.